Howdy, Cary Nosler, health and longevity researcher for Enhanced Athlete. Today we're going to be talking about this rather innocuous looking green vegetable. Nothing of particular visual beauty, but it turns out this could be one of the healthiest plants on the planet. It's called watercress. Back in the 6th century, Hippocrates, who was considered the father of modern Western medicine, proclaimed watercress to be the cure of cures. And in fact, when he opened his first healing clinic, he made sure it was near a stream because that's where watercress grows. And throughout the centuries, its reputation has only been enhanced by all different uses for watercress. And today, there's actually new scientific research which shows that a lot of that faith in the healing power of watercress could have been well-deserved. Researchers at William Patterson University in New Jersey, they analyzed 47 types of produce for 17 vital nutrients: potassium, fiber, protein, calcium, iron, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, folate, zinc, and vitamins A, B6, B12, C, D, E, and K. And then they ranked them. They ranked them on something called the nutrition density score. While the entire list is interesting, what surprised you is how the various leafy green scores compared. At the top of the list, in terms of nutrient density, was watercress. So they gave it 100. Underneath that, things that you're familiar with, perhaps: Chinese cabbage, chard, beet greens, spinach, leaf lettuce, romaine, collards, turnip, mustard, endive, kale. Down the list, that's our so-called superfood, but nonetheless, the watercress really outdid it. Dandelion, arugula, and then last place, iceberg lettuce, which is not that surprising since all the good parts of iceberg lettuce are fed to animals. That's the dark green outer leaves. They strip those, so you have the pale green washed out part of the plant, so to speak. So the question might be, though, you look and you say, well, wait a minute now. Romaine is better than kale. Watercress is better than kale. I thought it was supposed to be one of the better foods. Well, here's where the list gets a little interesting, because it was calculated on nutrients per calorie. So a nutrient density score of 49 means you get 49% of your daily value for those 17 nutrients in 100 calories worth of food. Since some vegetables are lower in calories, like watercress, they can look better than a food like kale, which has more calories. Kale has 33 calories in a cup, watercress only 4, so you'd have to eat a lot more watercress to get the same amount of calories and therefore the same amount of nutrients as in a smaller serving of kale. Regardless, kale's great, watercress is great, and the take-home message here is that variety is the key. Let's say you're eating broccoli. Broccoli's a great food, right? But if you just eat broccoli all year long, you're missing out on not only nutrients and other foods, but the fact that at various times of the year, broccoli's not going to be grown in your area. So it's going to be picked and shipped, and once it's picked, then you lose vital nutrients. So eating things close to home and a variety of things close to home is really the way to go. Just for point of reference, if you got a cup of chopped watercress, you've got fiber, you've got 41 milligrams of calcium. There's more calcium in watercress than there is in milk. You have fiber, you have potassium, you have folate, more folate than what you find in bananas, more vitamin C than what you'd find in oranges. So watercress is truly a great food. Just a couple of areas where they're doing a lot of research. Breast cancer. It's effective in reducing the risk of breast cancer and depression, reducing risk of cataracts, helps protect against cognitive decline and stroke, improves bone health, reduces risk of cardiovascular disease and cancer, and even thyroid imbalance. So again, if you want to eat it, fine. If you don't, you can still get lots of goodies from incorporating more plant foods in your diet. That's the real key, plant foods. I'm not a vegetarian, but the more plant foods you eat, the lower your risk of all the major disease problems that we suffer today. That's arthritis, that's diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. One last thing, since it grows in water, it's a very good idea when you bring it home to wash it again, to rinse it. And if it's not organic and you don't really know what was in the water, where it was grown, adding a cupful or 1 or 2 cupfuls of hydrogen peroxide to a quart of water and then just let it sit for a couple of minutes, that gets rid of a lot of things that you'd rather not have. I'm Cary Nosler, health and longevity researcher for Enhanced Athlete.
Yeah, hundreds on my bed, sexing with the bill. Roses in my wallet and I'm flexing it for real. Racks on racks on racks, I look like rookie of the year. Frontin' with the cash, it's getting moody over here. Hundreds on my bed, sexing with the bill. Roses in my wallet and I'm flexing